2K Sports Pre.
I get it 365, 12 months, 24/7. Gotta get it, I need it steady. No one give it all I give. They don't love us, they just love it how we live. How we live. They don't love us, they just love it how we live. How we live. Say they don't love us, they just love it how we live. How we live.
Nothing goes together like the Heat and Miami as we get ready for an interconference contest here at the American Airlines Arena, bringing you another edition of the NBA. On 2K Sports, this is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. Looking at the starting five for the Phoenix Suns. Bledsoe and Knight of the backcourt. Warren is out there with Booker, and it's Len in at the five. Roman the paint.
And I feel like there's a reason Joe Johnson has gotten a number of astronomical contracts. It's because he does everything for you. He's like one of those items you buy that touts everything you need, nothing you don't. Well, to me, that's Joe Johnson.
And so it's the Suns getting on the board first. Another miss by Johnson. Knight kicks to Booker. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Booker's got his first bucket of the night.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
Johnson goes in. Got that one up quick. First quarter, just over a minute played. Warren with the ball. Out left to the wing. Len down low. He's guarded by Johnson. Bledsoe for three, and he gets it to go.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Johnson, the pass to Whiteside, and he slams it one-handed.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Suns have got and taken away by Johnson. Here's Wade. That's good.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Warren kicks to Booker. He dishes it to Bledsoe. And Whiteside sends it back. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Played with the ball. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Bledsoe dishes the land. And the wide-open shot from Warren misses the three.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Here's Bledsoe. Warren kicks to Bledsoe.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when the team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Now here's Dragic, following the miss by Eric Bledsoe. That's good. Whiteside's got his second basket of the night.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Back tonight, the three. No good. And it's Miami the other way. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. It's Dragic with the drive. Here's Whiteside. And that misses. That would have put him up.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And it's Johnson with the rebound.
You rarely see him missing dunks. but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Right side, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
They get it back, and it's blocked by Whiteside. It's Dragic with the drive. And again, it's the Heat missing. And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
Boy, last season, Hassan Whiteside made a huge splash in the NBA. Big blocks, big rebound totals. But he had some head-scratching moments as well. Missed his share of action due to suspensions.
And GA, as you said with Whiteside, his fiery attitude flared up a few times last season, and it hurt his team more than once in Miami.
No doubt. It's something that he has got to work on. I mean, he's proven that he can be a big-time player in this league, but he can't have the mental lapses that get him tossed from games and hurt his team.
The Heat making a switch here. Deng's checked in. Scooped up. Chandler kicks to Goodwin. Tucker the pass to Price. Tucker with the ball, working on Bosch. Here's Teletovic. Chandler dishes to Tucker. Hits the three-point bomb. Tucker's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Heat trail by 4. It's Dragic with the drive, 11 feet away. Miami no good on that time either.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Goodwin kicks to Price. Gets it off. Oh, and he just knocked out. And let's hear from Tyson Chandler. He talked about what he brings to this team. Chandler has long been the kind of player all coaches want on their team. He's the definition, Greg, of an unselfish player who doesn't care about his ego or his stats.
And he knows that and prides himself on it. That also makes him the kind of player his teammates appreciate so much, because they know nobody wins any rings without a guy like Tyson Chandler on the team.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. What stands out to you from the Suns in this one?
You know what? They're dominating on the backboards. They have controlled the paint thus far.
Flexing their muscles down low, and they've limited second chances too, guys.
And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. They've got P.J. Tucker. Chandler out there with Mirza Teletovic. Then there's Price, and it's Goodwin in at the 2 spot.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that. And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Now here's Chandler after the miss from Goran Dragic. And the dunk by Chandler.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year, and as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
Whiteside. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
One shot.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
A platoon swap here for Phoenix. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And Luol Deng gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Here is Warren. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. 5 on the clock. And it's Bledsoe. That time on the assist by Knight.
What a move. He saw a window on the other side of the rim and whipped it around for the immaculate reverse.
Bosch, that's for 2, and that misses badly. Air ball.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
No rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Fires from deep. It's hauled in by the Heat. T.J. Warren had a very interesting start to his NBA career. Spent most of the first half in the D-League. In the second half, Clark, he finally got some minutes and really provided a spark.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't have great range on his jumper right now, and he's not an elite ball handler, but he's one of the best cutters in the game. Moves well without the ball, so I think his future is bright nonetheless.
Now here's Bledsoe after Dwayne Wade's miss. Forward, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Well, I like the way they're sharing the ball, and Bledsoe right in the middle of spreading it around.
Timeout call for the Heat.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And talking about TJ, guys, he put up a few interesting numbers towards the end of last season. Shot 64% from the field in March. Had 18 points in one game, 17 in another. The last game of the year, he chips in with 6 assists. So now it's up to him to put it all together on a more consistent basis.
And, you know, getting back to TJ, yes, he needs to improve his shooting range. But what I'd like to see are major improvements on defense. I mean, he shows active hands when he's near the ball, but he can also be a bit lazy as a defender and gambles and reaches too much. That won't get it done at this level.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Whiteside. Josh McRoberts comes in for Chris Bosh. Joe Johnson is checked in for Luol Deng. And it's Green in for Goran Dragic.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside. Now, that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Good.
Right now, they've got that field goal percentage up in the low 50s.
Putting it together offensively, looking to build some more momentum.
Now here's Green. Here's McRoberts. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. Phoenix on defense. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Kicks it out to Johnson. Just 5 to shoot. Leans from outside. And it's Eric Bledsoe with the rebound.
I mean, look, no one guarding you. It's better to not pull up and try to lean.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And the thing about Eric Bledsoe, he's an absolutely terrific athlete. Insane athletic ability, his speed with the ball, especially Greg in the open court. Remarkable.
Yeah, and when he gets a full head of steam, look out. He goes beast mode, if you will, on the basketball floor. He really, truly is like a running back in the open field.
And he gets it to go. Booker's got his second basket.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose, the D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now here's Wade. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Here's Knight, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Good on the second free throw.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second, getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And I'm looking for them to increase that lead if they can keep getting to the free throw line. You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille. Out in front at the half is Phoenix. They're leading by 16. And let's go to... And that's it for halftime as the second half is just...
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Eric Bledsoe really making a difference here.
And he just went off in those first two quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Johnson is out there with Josh McRoberts. Then there's Dwayne Wade. Then it's Stoudemire. And it's Green in a point guard. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. And the Heat call time here.
Yeah, just frustrated by their lack of production offensively, and I can't blame them. I mean, they're getting the looks, but the shots just aren't falling.
Yeah, and the slump that they're having shooting the ball can take its toll on you if you're not mentally strong. And so I like this time out here to try to get those guys reset and refocused.
And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Alex Len picks one up. And for Gerald Green, another productive year last season coming off the bench. Though it was a smaller role, a small step back from the season before when he started over half the games for the Suns.
Well, there was a log jam in Phoenix at the wing position last season. He certainly matured, though, as he never complained about not starting, just went out and did his job.
And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but it certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play. For Gerald Green, it's hard to not think about the star that could have been, the 18th pick in the 2005 draft, right out of high school. It was basically athleticism and upside in his game then. He's finally made it in the NBA now, but has improved with skills and guile in place of explosiveness.
Outside for Bledsoe. Knight wide open. They get it again to the wing on the left. Down low. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Here's Warren. Out tonight. Stoudemire against Len. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed.
And talking about Gerald Green, it seems like he's been in the league forever. But he was only 29 years old last season. By and large, he's avoided major injury, so he's still got plenty of tread left on those tires if he wants to keep going at it for a little while longer. Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
Timeout called.
And guys, in a draft with so many talented big men and lead guards, Booker was a bit of a hot commodity. One of the purest sharpshooters in the draft, has a lightning quick release on his jump shot.
And with Booker, you know, who is a Kentucky guy, he's a sharpshooter. Greg, you're talking about that. His dad actually played at the University of Missouri. He was a pretty good shooter. But this Booker has a pretty good frame to work with, and I think that's going to serve him well in the NBA.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like his size. I like his stroke. I like his toughness. I think he's going to be better defensively than people think. He's got a lot of good stuff in his game already.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Whiteside's checked in for Stoudemire. Wash comes in for Josh McRoberts, and it's Dragic in for Gerald Green. Bledsoe against Dragic, and Bledsoe, here we go. Knight for three, good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. 9 points for Brandon Knight.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
And the jam by Whiteside.
You can't say enough about his individual performance. I don't think you can overstate it. I mean, even if the all-around team effort's been lacking, this guy's been on top of things.
Wade against Bledsoe. He feeds it to Booker. Back to Bledsoe. To the inside. Here's Len. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Len's got his first points of the night.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, it's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Back to Johnson. Passes it to Whiteside. Stolen by Len. Outside Knight. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And guys, with the Suns last year, you know, it wasn't a full return to that 7 seconds or less era, but it was pretty close. And the Suns were right at the top in terms of pace of play.
Booker the pass tonight. A clear look for Warren. The rebound by Johnson.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
Booker with it. Now guarded by Dragic. And the Suns call time. Well, as our listeners and our viewers know, we love analytics. In case is how many possessions you see during an average game. The Suns were close, Clark, to 100.
Yeah, only the Rockets and Warriors played at a higher pace than the Suns did, Kevin. And pushing the pace is really when they were most effective.
Price dishes to Tucker. And it's blocked by Whiteside. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Dragic is running. No good from Wade.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, Greg, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
And he's good on the second. Phoenix had a season of heartbreak last year. So many losses for them on last-second shots. Late-game losses, Greg, buzzer beaters.
Yeah, it's sad if you...
Showcasing his skills with that slam.
He knows how to put the exclamation point on those, doesn't he? Man, oh, man.
Does he ever?
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Deflects the pass and taken away by Johnson. One-on-one fast break. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor. They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Stolen by Tucker. And here's the fast break. Price leading the way. The pass to Tucker, and there's the feed to Teletovic. Nice shot from 10 feet out. Teletovic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, that's an easy. We call those bunnies. That's what they need.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. The Heat shooting around 40% from the floor here. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Goodwin out there with Price. Then it's P.J. Tucker. Then there's Mirza Teletovic. And it's Chandler in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense. Soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
You know, I got to say, Clark, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going to go.
We saw it ended up right where it was supposed to, in the basket.
It sure did.
And guys, you know what? Neither did the defense. I don't think they had a clue.
Goodwin kicks to Teletovic. And the foul called on Joe Johnson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Straight frustration right there, and I agree with you. Self-control of your emotions a must-have if you're going to play winning basketball.
Chandler, no good. And it's the Heat with the ball. The dish to Bosh. Pass to Whiteside. Lets it go from 14. And it's off the back rim, no good. The Suns have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. It's stolen by Johnson. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Price outside. And Tucker has it in the corner. And the Suns miss again.
Oh, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide-open shot like that right in your wheelhouse.
And Wade slams it in.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute it.
Timeout called, the Suns. And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season. Averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year. And it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
And the foul called on Joe Johnson. And that'll be his third foul so far. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. And Booker kicks to Knight. Pass to Booker. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. The shot by Bledsoe. Nobody around. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it.
And talking about Whiteside, he isn't completely out of the woods yet. I mean, after a couple of ejections last season, his teammates publicly condemned his actions. They questioned his maturity, challenged him to be more reliable, and for the most part, he was after those incidents. And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Warren, that's good. The assist that time from Knight. Knight's got 3 assists in the game. The Heat shooting 40% from the field.
And you know, the thing about Whiteside, guys, when he's right, he's an unbelievable game changer. Second in the league in block shots last season. Also posted the second best field goal percentage. The guy can play if he keeps his head squarely on his neck.
Knight for 3. It's hauled in by the Heat.
Inside 2 minutes.
And it's Dragic off the drive. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Suns.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Wade at the elbow. 1:43 left in the fourth quarter, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And for Wade, we often talk about his physical state, but what about the mental toughness? Here's a guy who's been playing in some kind of pain every game for the past few years, but he just keeps churning the butter, not wanting to let his team down.
Greg, you brought up the topic of Wade. He's had a chance to make several tough mental adjustments throughout his career.
Well, he's always been a guy willing to alter his game for the good of the team. That's why he's got those championship rings, Kevin. You've got to be flexible, not just talented.
Yeah, when Shaq comes in and joins him, then he had to change away when LeBron came in to play
Great
a
credit
different
to
way.
him.
Yeah.
Great credit to him.
Very admirable.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Phoenix.
But, Steve, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Eric Bledsoe. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Stolen by Bosh. In transition, here comes Miami, and he's going up for the alley-oop. Right side, no good.
It's hard not to go for it when you see the chance for that alley-oop.
Clearly, temptation got the best of him right there, Greg. The clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Here's Johnson. No good. And Phoenix will come the other way. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Bledsoe for 3. And the Suns get it back. Knight kicks to Warren. Second shot opportunity. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time.
And the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way things turned out today.
Well, Greg, this was a well-deserved win. I mean, they came into this building and acted like it was their home turf. I mean, they were the ones calling the shots and controlling everything.
And it's Dragic with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul. Third team foul.
Knight for 3. And the shot is good.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.